Day 39 on the Florida Trail began with a little bit of a bike ride. Well, what is this all about? Oh, do I do the log or do I do the crumbling bridge? Let's try the bridge, I guess. I don't want to fall in. Why do I have these predicaments all the time? Seems like it might hold me. Putting the camera away. That was pretty crazy, but it did hold me. Honestly, it's just a cute little stream though, but I would have gotten wet. After my big long day yesterday, as we were driving to where we were going to stay, my mom goes, I want to give you your birthday present. And my birthday isn't for 2 more months. But I thought, oh, fun, how fun. So she did, and it's something that I've always wanted. I've been wanting this for a long time, and she had no idea that I did. Anyway, it's a knife that I can carry with me while I'm hiking. And it's so lightweight, and it's just beautiful and so sharp, and it's just the right size. And yeah, what a perfect gift. Thank you, Mama. I don't think there'll be any snakes out on the pathway this morning because it is pretty chilly. After Joseph told Pharaoh's cupbearer the meaning of his dream, and it came to pass, and the cupbearer did not tell Pharaoh about Joseph, 2 full years passed by. But then Pharaoh had a couple of dreams, and nobody around there could interpret the dreams. Oh, right, the cupbearer finally remembers about Joseph. So Pharaoh called for Joseph. Joseph quickly shaved and changed his clothes and went to Pharaoh. Pharaoh said to him, I have a dream, and there's no one that can interpret it. But I heard that you understand dreams and that you can interpret them. Joseph said, oh no, it's not me, but God is the one who can give you the answer. So Pharaoh told him his first dream, and he was standing on the bank of the river, and that would be the Nile River, when suddenly 7 fine and fat-looking cows came out of the river, and they started feeding in the meadow. Well, speaking of the river, we could pretend this is the Nile River today. And I'm standing on the bank. How perfect. Then another 7 cows came after them, and they were very poor and ugly and gaunt. Such ugliness I have never seen in all the land of Egypt. Then the ugly cows ate up all the fat cows, but nobody would have known it because they were just as ugly as they were in the beginning. There's a river overlook. Florida Trail foot traffic only. Nice, that's me. Oh, there are alligators in there. I was wondering. Nice river overlook, but we've seen better, haven't we? We are very blessed to be on a walk by the Suwannee River.
The Suwannee River is considered a blackwater river, a river with a deep, slow-moving channel that flows through forested swamps and wetlands. As vegetation decays in water, tannins are leached out, resulting in transparent, acidic water that is darkly stained, resembling tea or coffee. Most major blackwater rivers are in the Amazon River system and in the southern United States.
know how I like bridges. Very nice ones. Beaver crossing. Then Pharaoh told Joseph his second dream, where 7 heads came from one stalk, full and good. But then 7 heads, withered, thin, and blighted by the east wind, sprang up right after them. The thin heads devoured the 7 good heads. Then Joseph said, the dreams mean the same thing, and God is showing Pharaoh what he must do. The 7 fat cows and 7 full ears of corn mean 7 years of plenty. But then the 7 ugly cows and the thin ears mean that there will be 7 years of famine. So Pharaoh needs to select a wise and discerning man and set him over the land of Pharaoh. And he needs to collect 1/5 of all the produce of the land during the 7 years of plenty and keep it in the cities so that it will be as a reserve for the land during the 7 years of famine. Pharaoh liked this advice, so he said, can we find such a one as this, a man in whom is the Spirit of God? Joseph, I want you to be over my house and over my people, and only in the throne will I be greater than you. I can do it. Oh yeah. Oh, okay, good. Then Pharaoh took the signet ring off of his hand and put it onto Joseph's hand, and he clothed him in garments of fine linen, and he put a gold chain around his neck. And he had him put in the second chariot, and Pharaoh rode before him and cried out, bow the knee. And so Joseph rode all over Egypt. Pharaoh said, no man may come into Egypt without your consent. That's a huge tree. Then Pharaoh changed Joseph's name to Zaphnath-Paaneah, which could mean, my provision is God, the living one. A name change indicated authority and a new identity. Pharaoh also gave him a wife, and her father was a priest. Joseph was 30 years old when all this happened. Okay, I'll show you this campsite because I need to take off my sweater, so this is a good place to do it. And wow, what an amazing wilderness campsite. Picnic table, deluxe benches. Like, you can't get it much better than this. It's time for my mid-morning snack, actually. And I got these organic mulberries. I've never tried mulberries before, so this will be a first for me. Now, if you've tried them, tell me in the comments whether you like them or not. Oh, packaging, so much packaging. I don't like that part. I guess it's handy, but still. All right, so they're just little tiny. They're good. They remind me of a fig type of taste. Figgy. They're very good and healthy, I do know that. This is a very good morning snack. Yeah, those mulberries were good, and they came from Turkey. That was a treat. Anyway, Joseph did what he and God had suggested. He collected and stored up food like crazy during the years of plenty. He laid up food in every city, and he gathered up so much grain that it became immeasurable. Joseph had 2 sons during the good years, and he named his sons Manasseh and Ephraim, and these names became part of the 12 tribes of Israel in the future. We got a pond there, and the Suwannee over there. And some cypress knees. Can you imagine a slave in a dungeon to ruler over all the land of Egypt?
It was a position of high honor, yet it was beset with difficulty and peril. One cannot stand upon a lofty height without danger. As the tempest leaves unharmed the lowly flower of the valley, while it uproots the stately tree upon the mountain top, so those who have maintained their integrity in humble life may be dragged down to the pit by the temptations that assail worldly success and honor. But Joseph's character bore the test alike of adversity and prosperity. The same fidelity to God was manifest when he stood in the palace of the Pharaohs as when in a prisoner's cell. He was still a stranger in a heathen land, separated from his kindred, the worshippers of God. But he fully believed that the divine hand had directed his steps, and in constant reliance upon God, he faithfully discharged the duties of his position. Through Joseph, the attention of the king and great men of Egypt was directed to the true God, and though they adhered to their idolatry, they learned to respect the principles revealed in the life and character of the worshipper of Jehovah.
We can apply Joseph's example to our own lives. Nothing that we have to do is really small. Our varied circumstances are designed to test our faithfulness and to qualify us for greater trusts. An upright character is greater than all the gold in the world. It cannot be inherited, it cannot be bought, and it does not come by accident. The formation of a noble character is the work of a lifetime and must be the result of a diligent and persevering effort. God gives us opportunities. Success depends upon the use made of them. I pray that God will open your eyes to the opportunities around you and seek Him with all your heart, and He will direct your paths. Florida hiking trail eastbound 1 mile to park exit. So we are now in the Stephen Foster Folk Cultural Center State Park. And I'm going to show you around here. The path goes right through it. All right, we got some pavilions, it looks like. My trail takes me up these stairs. That's an impressive building. Stephen Foster Campanile, 1957. Carillon Tower. Well then. Whoa. This is cool. It definitely has a smell to it. An old man smell.
The world's largest tubular bell Carillon was installed in the tower in the summer of 1958 by J.C. Deegan Company of Chicago, Illinois. More than a year's time and a cost of $120,000 was required by the craftsmen to build the huge set of bells. This was the greatest single manufacturing project in the firm's 78-year history of organizing and producing a variety of percussive musical instruments, which are well known throughout the world. The Carillon system is composed of 97 bells, 3 sets of 32 bells each, and 1 high G. The largest bells are 12.5 feet long and weigh 426 pounds. The smallest bells are 3.5 feet long and weigh 69 pounds. They are supported by a massive wooden structure that measures 21 feet high, 15 feet long, and 11 feet wide.
Well, that's a bummer. There's the man himself, Stephen Foster. And some of the music he wrote. Cool. Andrew Carnegie at one time owned this 1902 grand piano. It is built of Circassian walnut and was presented to Stephen Foster Center by Mrs. Robert Roberts, St. Petersburg, Florida in 1950. It was used for many concerts held in the Carillon Tower. Oh, this is Jeannie with the light brown hair and her beautiful ball gown. The old folks at home. Oh, this is the one that I've been singing to myself all the time that I've been walking the Suwannee. This looks like a very impressive estate. I love exploring and learning about history. Such a grand entrance. Oh, Susanna, 1848. Cool. Old Black Joe, 1860. So fun. Open Thy Lattice, Love, Stephen Foster's first published composition in 1844. How dreamy. My Old Kentucky Home, 1853. That's so fun they have these animations in these displays. So special. This is Jeannie with the light brown hair in 1854. Would you like to live back then? Pretty grand. Can you guess which one this is? Campdown Races, 1850. Not too many spectators. Whoa, there they go. This one is Old Dog Tray, 1853. I don't know that one. And this is the reason why I'm here, way down upon the Suwannee River, 1851. Can't imagine living in slavery. cotton fields. Wow. This is a grand room. I don't know if these are the pianos that he played or what. It doesn't say, but they're very old. Anyway, we're not supposed to play them ourselves. That's what his handwriting is anyway. Way down upon the old plantation. Well, I hope you enjoyed the tour of Stephen Foster Everything. I sure did. And I've covered 4.4 of the Florida Trail officially today, but lots of walking around otherwise. And now I want to show you that we are actually staying at the campground here for 2 nights. Let me tell you the story of this. We called yesterday and they said, nope, there is nothing available for a long time. So I told Mom, can you please call this morning and see if there's any cancellations? And wouldn't you know, they had 2 nights available. So very pleased, very convenient since I'm walking right through here. I'm just gonna have a nice time now and I will see you tomorrow.